should we do the disappointment in terms of can we jump to that now?
Let's do it.
And
Let's do disappointment of the year. What's yours?
Yeah. So I will say it is OpenAI. And I think it was really hard just because they set expectations so high.
Yeah. I wrote them down and I scratched it out for something that I thought of that's even more disappointing to me.
Ooh, what's more disappointing?
Apple Intelligence.
Oh, that didn't even cross my radar because I haven't even used it. So yeah, that would be the highest disappointment because that was just a flash in the pan. And just, does anyone use it? That's my question. Who uses it?
I don't know. No one's talked to me about it, but there's certainly been a lot of hype around its potential. And Apple still hasn't, at the time of us recording this at least, they haven't figured out how to embed. I think for them, a really tricky thing for Apple is that security is so important to them, and a reliable product experience is so important to them. And LLMs are fundamentally neither of those things, especially if you're having to send off your user requests to OpenAI's GPT models for processing because Apple doesn't have its own in-house LLMs that are capable of the range of tasks that consumers expect today. So yeah, they're in an interesting pickle, but same kind of thing to Google. Apple has huge amounts of revenue, amazing margins, and they have time to figure this out. And I would not be surprised if in another 5 years from now, Google and Apple are still dominant players in technology.
See, and I was going to say that I hope that next year our comeback of the year will be Apple and Apple Intelligence. I mean, yes, they want things to be right, but I mean, who's used the Photos app? That was not right. I think we all can agree that the new release of the Photos app was a total miss as well. So, maybe Apple Intelligence, and they're tied with OpenAI as the back end behind a lot of that as well. So, they can tie together in both of our disappointments. But I really hope to see both of these back in the game as our comeback for next year, because there's so much potential from the phone integration with AI that I would really hope to see this next year.